My name is Vincent C., the president of the San Antonio Alumni Chapter Kappa. Our GuideRight program, like many across the nation, are quarantined, but most importantly at this time, we are all learning new ways to live by practicing social distancing. We would like to present a video, Social Action for Social Good during the COVID-19 pandemic. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only.
Symptoms of coronavirus or COVID-19 can appear 2 to 14 days after exposure. Symptoms can be cough, fever, or shortness of breath. Please seek medical attention if you receive any of the following: chest pain, trouble breathing, blue lips or face.
A face mask is worn to help prevent the spread of germs when someone coughs, sneezes, or coughs. How to put on and take off a mask. First, clean your hands with soap and water or hand sanitizer before touching it. Second, inspect the mask for holes and tears. Third, determine which side of the mask is the front and top. The front of the mask should face away from you, and the top is meant to mold the shape of your nose. Lastly, when putting on and taking it off, hold the mask by the ears, bands, and ties. Avoid touching the front of the mask because it can be contaminated. Only hold the mask by the ears, bands, and ties. Disposable face masks should be worn once and then thrown away. I am wearing a cloth mask that should be washed once a week or if it begins to smell.
And I'm going to be teaching you the proper way to wash your hands. First, you start by turning on the warm and the cold water to get the germs off. Rinse your hands. Get the soap. You get the soap on the palm of your hand all the way to your wrist on both hands. Then you start off by getting in between your fingers and on your fingernails. The same thing with your thumb. On your fingernails, then you rinse it off. Then take the towel, wipe off your hands, and turn it off.
In this model, there are 3 zones. 1, the fear zone, 2, the learning zone, and 3, the growth zone. Each one of us may go through all 3 zones, whereas others may skip a zone due to prior experiences with pandemics. One thing to point out is that if you start off in the fear zone, you may progress to the other zones. So let's take a look at the questions about the zones.
Fear zone, you're looking to grab food, supplies, and medications that you really don't need and hoard, thinking that the apocalypse is coming. Just ask yourself, how much toilet paper do you really need?
You may display or spread emotions of fear and anger. It is okay that you are. Just know that everything is going to be okay.
The main thing is to stay calm and not get angry. Yes, I know we're in tough times right now, and our lives might not ever be the same again. But again, everything's going to be okay.
Now let's take a look at the learning zone. In this zone, you are practicing and using your coping skills, and you are trying to educate yourself as well as others. You begin to understand you can't control what is going on.
More importantly, you live in the present and focus on the future. Though our world got turned upside down, you know that there is a future and things will eventually return to what we know to be our normal, and we will adapt to changes after this.
You have also learned to identify your emotions and become more aware of the situation at the national, state, and local level. You think before you act, as well as you are very aware of what you post and respond to on social media.
You begin to evaluate information, and unlike before in the fear zone, where you posted everything you saw or heard, you make sure the information is correct and that you aren't spreading fake news.
Last but not least, we have the growth zone. In this zone, you are looking at the situation in a different light. Instead of thinking only about yourself, you are empathetic about how you can assist and help others who seem to be stuck in the other two zones.
Like that.
You can find ways to use your talents or develop new ones, like sewing face masks for the community. You can even assist with online tutoring, or you can start your own exercise group with your friends.
You also stop doing compulsive things like eating everything, watching or reading the news that may send you back into the fear zone.
The main thing is to keep a happy emotional state and spread hope to those around you. During this time, we need to practice quietude, patience, and maintain and build relationships with those around you.
So on behalf of the San Antonio Alumni Chapter Guide Ride Program, we hope that you learn something and understand that we are all in this together. Continue to follow the CDC guidelines in regards to keeping yourself and your loved ones safe. If we all do our part, we'll all get back to our noble way of living.